Couple things I want to go over. There's a few people over in Japan a little worried about the future of manga and anime, and I think that they have some pretty legitimate reasons to be a little bit concerned. You should be a little bit concerned if you're a fan as well, because if you didn't know this, Western influence is really growing when it comes to development over there. Notably, a lot of the revenue that comes in from anime and manga is largely coming in from outside of Japan now. And as that grows, influence over how things are created can really start to change things. I brought this up for a reason right here. This is an older article from June 7th. Netflix says Cowboy Bebop series will not be one-to-one adaptation. Faye Valentine's costume to be censored. We need to have a real human being wearing that thing. Even though cosplayers have been able to wear it just fine for a long time now. This is for the Netflix live-action version of the show. So it's a little bit different, but I have it pulled up for a reason. This is how people in the West think. This is too problematic, right? This costume is horrible. It's got to change. And I don't think that's going to just stop there. All right, so here's another article. I talked about this a while ago. What does it mean to be on an anime production committee? Funimation has been directly investing into the production of anime over in Japan. Now, as of right now, I don't know if they've really made any changes to anything, but this does give them some influence. It really does. There's a reason that anime and manga are very, very popular right now, and that's because Japan doesn't have to bend the knee to crazy people on Twitter and so on and so on. They can pretty much do what they want. But eventually, I wonder how long will they be able to keep that up? Especially as you have so much Western influence jumping in now. Funimation has quite a bit of considerable power when it comes to production in Japan now. I think more than most people realize. And I expect eventually for there to be some changes. Because eventually the amount of money coming in from other nations for revenue into Japan is probably going to eclipse how much money they actually make in Japan, considering that you have a lot of population declining and stuff like that over there. So it's going to be really interesting to watch how this all plays out. But there are legitimate concerns from several creators over in Japan. This is one from a while ago, actually from 2 days ago, I'm sorry. A record of Lotus War author concerned works will be banned after people were mad about a Dark Elf episode. It got pulled from Netflix. That's been a big thing going on. And he's wondering about people because the Dark Elves have a darker skin tone. Is this going to be seen as problematic? And he's a little concerned about this. And I think he has a legitimate reason to be concerned. I think people are overreacting to some really crazy stuff. They just pulled a Golden Girls episode from I don't know where it was streaming, so you have to check that out if you're really interested. But that show's really old. It's really strange to me. So they're gonna go and I could see them eventually changing what was seen as problematic in some old animes, some mangas. Having to maybe run things through a foreigner editor or something if you're in Japan. Like, I could definitely see these things happening. You got another one right here. Love Hina, manga creator, discusses manga's freedom of expression with Japanese government. Another concerned creator, UQ holder and Love Hina manga creator Ken Akamatsu tweeted on June 29th that he'd recently been summoned by the Japanese national government to discuss manga and how it can succeed in the next 10 years. He has been involved as an informal advisor for the Japanese government in the past on matters relating to manga for a creator's perspective. And then there's a tweet right here. This is what he tweeted out. This month, I was invited to participate in a House of Counselors witness questioning session, but instead, a member of the Diet Japanese government asked me what measures are needed for Japanese manga to survive in the world. I replied, first and foremost, freedom of expression. Compared to other countries, Japan's forte is its freedom of creativity. However, with foreign platforms becoming more and more dominant, I would like to avoid a situation where Japanese works are regulated by foreign standards. He went on to say that to preserve manga over the next 10 years, raw manuscripts of manga should be stored, exhibited, and monetized at a national manga center, according to Akamatsu. All the government members in attendance agreed with the idea. But that's a very interesting statement he has here. He would like to avoid a situation where Japanese works are regulated by foreign standards. It'd be very concerning to see that happen. One of the things that makes it so great is they are able to dodge the NPC puritans that have pretty much ruined and destroyed Western entertainment. Like, there's really nothing good coming out of Hollywood anymore. All of it is really watered down, kind of just trash. It's all PC, and it's really watered it down. And one of the reasons that anime and manga have been so successful is that freedom of creativity and expression that they have, and they don't have to bend the knee to anybody. But I do think eventually, especially as outside money grows and eclipses what they're making over there with it, you are going to see people try to regulate it. And I won't be shocked if they succeed. You know, we need to make this change here. We need to do this or that. I could definitely see it happening, probably within the next 5 years. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong and they stay strong and they don't bend the knee. But people are legitimately concerned about this, and I think they have the right to be concerned about it. There's a lot of reasons that people are worried about this and trying to talk to the government about it. Like, this is a big part of their culture, and the last thing that it needs is people over here trying to tell these guys how to make good products. You know, go pick up an American comic book and see if it compares to something like My Hero Academia. You know, they say comic books are dead. You can look at My Hero Academia, which is flourishing. And a lot of the stuff in that manga is heavily influenced by, you know, old superhero stuff. And it's just crazy that that's selling, and it's proof that people still want good stuff. They just don't want the American stuff. So I could see them eventually trying to change things, and hopefully that doesn't happen. But I think within the next 5 years, especially as you see companies like Funimation start to have more power, you're definitely going to probably see them trying to regulate. Whether that'll be successful or not, I don't know. But I like seeing some creators fight back and try to get that nixed. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you would, throw a like up, share the video. Make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.